Now it's important that you draw your parts in the correct orientation. You could draw this part in any orientation, but it's really annoying if you go back to the isometric view, Control I, or you go back home and the part's always flipping over on its side or upside down. So you need to understand where you are in 3D space. Now you could start drawing the base part on either of the reference planes, but starting on the top plane A results in a part that is easiest to visualize in the isometric view. Now the next decision you have to make is, where do you start the part? There's lots of different ways to start a part. You could start here with sketch A and push this across and cut off these edges. You could start with B by drawing this back piece, or you could start with C. Now another really important thing to do is, when you look at the model, break the model down and take out all these smaller features. Take out the holes and imagine it without this slot here. What would the part look like? It would break into 3 pieces. And in this case, profile C would be the best choice. It defines the basic length and width of the model and includes the tapered end. So let's go ahead and draw that part. And so I'll start with a rectangle by center, and I'm going to spin around to the top view, and I want to make sure I lock to that plane, and I see the lock up here, and I'll just draw a rectangle about the shape. And this is just the concept model. And then I'm going to go down to my sketch view and lock to that. I'm going to come up here and draw a couple of lines right from the edge there. And I could draw another line here, but I'd like to show you the mirror command. I'm going to go select the mirror command, select the line, and so I'd like to mirror around the x-axis. And so there's a mirror copy of that. Now I'm ready to extrude this down. And again, it's just a general concept, and I don't want this to mirror, so I just want to push this down. Now I'm ready to add the back piece, and so I'll spin it around to the back, and I'll go to the rectangle again. And I want to lock, so I'll lock back on. I'm going to draw a rectangle right at the center, and I want it to come out, say, this far, and the back is about that big. And again, I did it like that because all I need is this one region. Once I've got the region, I can just pull that in. And again, just a general concept. And now I need to put this center piece in here. Now, it was critical that I drew this around the axis. If I hadn't have done that, I'd be having problems right now. So again, I'm going to go to the rectangle command, and I'm going to use this center axis, the XZ, lock to that, check it in my sketch view, and I'm going to come in here, and this time I'm actually going to use a rectangle by 2 points. And so I'll pick on this bottom corner here, and there's my height, and bring that out about how far the triangle goes out. Then I'm just going to draw a line from the top to bottom. Again, many ways to do this. I just wanted to create a region though. So I go to select and I pick this region, and you'll see as I pull this out, I actually want it to mirror both ways because this is in the center. And so I'm going to use my symmetric option and pull that out. Now I can turn off my sketches. I'll fit my view, and I'm ready to do the holes. So I'll go out and pick this reference plane, and I'll go back to my sketch view, and I'd like to center this, and so I go to the center of this line, and there it is. And I'm going to put in a number here, say 5. And why do I do that? Because I've got another circle to put in over here at the center. So once I find my center, I know that is also 5. And I'll just identify these 2 regions, hold down the control button, push that through. And I've just got this one last slot to do. So I'll come out here, and I'm going to start with a line command. Again, a number of ways to do this, and I want to be on this face here. And I'm going to start sketching just the general concept right here. And I know I'm going to hit A for arc, and come back over, line up, and again I could just pick the arc from here also, and see it's not going where I want it to, so I come along. Remember how I run along there and bring it back around. And my constraints are on there. Now one thing I do need to do is make sure this is centered. I want the center of the circle, and I just sweep across center of the circle to line up with my axis for the center of the part. And so now I'm ready to project that all the way through. I come out and pick the region and drop that through. And one last thing, I need to round the edge right here, and I'll put in about 3. Again, just a concept model. Now, if I want to make adjustments, I'll turn off my sketch here. If something doesn't look right, I could pick just the slot here, or I could go and pick the whole front end here and say I'd like to move this in a little bit and adjust that accordingly. Now, there was one thing I did miss here. I forgot to add rounds on this top edge here. So I'm just going to go click this edge and add the rounds, and there's my finished model.